You know, you guys really make me unorganized today. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the live stream here on JJPB. You know it is JJ with you once again. Now, bros and broettes, listen up. Tonight is gonna be wild. No, it's not. It's not. What do you call it? The girls gone wild thing. No, it's guys gone wilder. You know, y'all go wild. People gone wild. Who knows? Oh God, I pulled my shoulder too. I don't even know where to start because everybody thinks I'm reading from a teleprompter and it's Chat GPT that's reading everything out and everything else. You know, but no, it's not. So I just don't know where to start because gaming has been on a straight chaos mode all week to several months. Like every time I blink, something new blows up like a 5090. But anyway, I'm sitting here trying to get ready for this stream and boom. Guess what happens, guys? It just came out of nowhere, but it's everywhere, and everybody's leaking it everywhere. GTA 6. I know you guys are all up into the chat and everything else. We're going to get to you in a minute. So, console bros are fighting for their lives. Rockstar probably kicking down doors, and the internet. That's the question. The internet is like melting like a cheap hot hooker in a no. Okay, not a cheap hot hooker. No, let's not think like that. No, the internet's melting like a cheap GPU under a full load. How about that? I could have said a hot hooker under a full load, but anyway, I tried not to go there with that. So tonight, we're not doing a recap. We're not doing a chill breakdown. Nah, we're not doing all that. We're gonna be going full fresh topic mode. How about that? We'll just go full fresh topic mode. Straight into the madness. GTA 6, leak chaos, console wars, Fallout, and whatever other nonsense in the gaming world that they threw at us this week. Because, guys, I hate to tell you this, it's been a lot. And there's a lot thrown at us this week. A lot of leaks, rumors, and BS. How about that? And I already know the chat is going wild tonight. I know you guys are already getting wild tonight in the chat. I can see it now. I can feel it. I can feel the energy. Believe it or not, I can feel the smoke coming. And I'm ready for it. How about that? I wrote this, by the way. This one I wrote. I always write them. Even though everybody says ChatGPT writes my shit. No. But I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to talk about consoles and all of it. You know, I mean, I really am. And maybe, if it happened this week, maybe, we're going to talk about it, if it happened. If it broke the internet, we're going to talk about it. If it made console bros cry like a 2-year-old, oh, we're definitely going to talk about it for sure. So, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, grab whatever you need. Grab your pillow, grab your blankie, snuggle up, get ready. No filters, no script, no bullshit. How about that? Real reactions, real talk, real chaos is happening tonight right here on JJPB. So make sure you stick around for it and don't don't click off because you think it's not going to be hot. Oh, it's going to get hot. Trust me. We're doing everything from the raw. We're getting all the information from the raw. We're going to bring it right here. We're going to talk about it. You guys are going to get in the chat and talk it up and see what we're really going to want your opinion. So get in the chat right now. Start talking it up. Because I'm going to be watching the chat as we go along through this 2-hour ride. So stick around. The J train is rolling. So, Mr. Machine, you want to say hello to everybody?
Hello, everybody.
Is that all you got to say?
That's all you told me to say.
No, sir. It's your discretion. When I say, when I bring you up, it's your discretion. You can jump in at any time and, say you got something on your mind. You understand?
Yes.
Then jump in. Give me a minute break. So
I got more information on that Grand Theft Auto stuff. So I got system requirements sent to you.
Okay, I'll have a look. I see you sent me 2 things. Okay, so, but
there's not much.
Oh, I know. But first, let's recognize everybody in the chat room right now. What do you think? Should we?
Sure.
You think they would appreciate it if we do?
Sure.
They're like, go to hell, man. You're not going to recognize us. We're out of here. See you, boy. Okay, let's see. We got Mr. Cyborg. Good to see you. Yeah, make sure you got your drink and snacks there, Mr. Cyborg. Mr. Machine, we know you're in there. Mr. MTBK. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else we got? We got Mr. Dr. Blitz. Good to see you, Dr. Blitz, once again. So, let's see what the comments are saying before we get into the action. Cyborg, you say Jay's running late? No, Jay's been sitting here since 5 o'clock my time. It's just me and Mr. Machine got to talking about a couple things and didn't look at the time, so it made me 4 minutes late. So if you want to blame somebody, you can blame Mr. Machine.
Yeah.
Throw him under the bus. That's what you say. Throw him under the bus.
Yeah. That's fine. You can blame me if you want.
No, I'm not going to blame you, brother. I was paying attention to the time. I was just waiting for a reaction from the crowd. That's all I was waiting for. Anyway, you will need a 6090 to run a GTA 6. Let me put it to you this way. To run GTA 6, you're going to need more than the 6090.
No.
You're going to need a 10,250 90. Okay? Something like that. Before we even catch up. But I hate to tell you guys this, and I hate to break the news to you. They've come to an impasse when it comes to graphics cards and it comes to CPUs and everything else, because guess what? Moore's Law has caught up with the community. They're at a point where they only can get down to 2 nanometers. That's it. And that's the end of Moore's Law right there.
Yep.
Cheers.
Quantum tunneling.
Yep. It's either they do quantum tunneling or they do, what do you call it? Fiber optic. Put everything on fiber optic. That's the only way they're going to get the information to go faster. But then the size of the nodes get bigger when you go to, fiber optic.
So I think it's just going to be software and other parts to speed things up, like the transistors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That they'll have to improve those because chips aren't getting any smaller.
True. Let's see. F Rockstar and the gas prices. I agree with you right there. 100%. Rockstar prices are normal. That's what Mr. Cyborg said. But Mr. Cyborg says, how's your dodgy internet going tonight? Well, looking at the amount of frames dropped, I got 0.01% or 0.1% right now. And I dropped 32 frames. But that's not too bad. So that means I had a slight little hiccup. I am watching it though. Oh, I know why. Guys, I don't know what's going on with OBS. It's every goddamn time I turn on OBS, I got to switch the video encoder to NVEC AV1 every damn time. And I set it that way. And it goes right back to stock. Give it a minute. It'll shift. I'm going to hesitate for a minute, guys. Okay? Just understand that. Because I switched it from H264 or 254, 264. Who cares? It was running off of the CPU. Now I got it running off the GPU fully. So, let's see. But I got no errors from YouTube. That's a plus. So everything should be picking up. I'm watching my phone to make sure it is. Because I monitor everything that's going on. Okay, Machine, you ready to get started on this? I know everybody's sitting there waiting, for us to get started on this. Alrighty, my friend. Let's see. Let's pull up some goody information. Let's see if I can pull this up. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll switch. Hold on. See, we switched. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, Machine just sent me this. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick, hopefully I said that right, describes his statement about GTA 6 marketing as huge. This is what he's saying. You know me pretty well. For me to even say we've got marketing beats coming this summer, it's a huge departure from what I usually say. He also said his level of confidence in the release date is as high as it can be. Now that marketing is locked in for the summer. So, it's locked in for the summer.
So it might be, they don't have a date yet, but my bet is it'll be up by the end of the year. Because if they're going to market it real hard in the summertime,
right,
it should be out before December. Probably September is when they launch a lot of games. The other games, like Vice City and all that, they launched in September. So my bet is September if they keep it. Who knows? There's no launch date yet that I can find.
Okay, well, guess what? Look what I got. I got it on the screen. You'll see it in a minute, bro.
Okay.
GTA 6 is right here. Sorry, guys. I have my face pointed in the ground.
Not PC.
That's what I was. Make sure everybody you go in there, man. Say what you got to say. That's the reason why you're here too. Tell everybody it's for PS5 and Xbox, and it's not for PC.
Not for PC yet. So it'll be a year from that date.
Yes. So the console bros with PlayStation and Xbox are going to be the only two that's going to have it for a whole year before PC bros gets it. So,
and that's okay with me because they can get the kinks out of it first.
Dr. Blitz says, hey, Rockstar, F you, pay me. So we're on Rockstar's site. So you guys can, I'm not going to read it all out, but so you guys can get a good idea of what it looks like and everything else, So there's the leak right from Rockstar's website. So that's the reason why I'm bringing it to you guys. I'm just showing you what's going to be happening. So, did I got this too big or something? There.
GTA 6 is launching on PC in February 2027.
Yeah.
Following the console release of November, so 4 months after. So it's not a full year.
There you go. There's your girlfriend. She'll be coming in a minute.
Yeah, Courtney looks like that when she gets mad at me.
Hey, we're diving deep into this.
I do have the PC specs up.
Okay. What you got?
I sent them to you.
Oh, I gotta get over there and get them. Okay, so benchmark requirements. Okay. Let me pull them from here. Okay, let's do the PC requirements. Let's move down to where it requires. Okay, minimal requirements. Let's do the requirements. Mr. Machine, you want to do the requirements?
Go down. There you go.
You see it now?
Yep.
All right, it's all you, bro.
So for 1080p playable, I don't consider 30 FPS playable frame rates. 46 Ti or 7700 XT, so 8 gigabyte card will work with a 6-core. Looks like a 6-core minimum. 1440p, you're going to need 4070 or 7000 XT with an 8-core.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how they have the X3Ds in there.
Right.
So my 4K, at 4K, my 5070 Ti is going to be struggling a little bit. With RT, it's going to be really struggling.
Right.
14900K.
Well, I'm kind of looking at this for a moment, and just for real quick, PJE Net, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream there, my friend. Something about right. 4 months is extremely short for Rockstar to bring out a PC after console. It will be a long time before GTA 6. We all know that the optimization goes into the console version, doesn't translate to PC hardware. Oh, fake frames, good to see you, my friend. I just read what you were talking about. I do agree with that but this right here, this is what they're talking about with, this has nothing to do with the console. This saying minimum requirements is this, recommended is this, high, ultra, 4K with RT. But I do see your point. No, I see his point. Is because when you go to test it on the actual hardware, does it actually look this way? He's got a point. But you have to understand, too, they're testing this with their hardware, and do we take it as gold or a grain of salt? Until I see it on my PC, I take it as a grain of salt. So.
And I don't think it includes upscaling.
I understand that. Truthfully, the way I got mine set, I run 4K on my RTX 4070. And I still get good FPS, so I don't worry about it. So either way you want to look at it in the parameters, it's how you want it to run. It's in front of you now the whole understanding is this. You run your PC the way you want to. All I could do is tell you the way I'm doing mine. It's the adventure I'm giving out to everybody of what I'm doing. If they want to try it, fine. If they don't, they don't. But at the end of the day, if you balance it all out, you can run everything at medium to high settings and get away with it and still run 4K, which I know I can do with no problem. Mr. Machine knows he can with no problem. So why not? And that's without frame generation. So. But I'm going to tell you this, you cannot compare a PS5 to my system. Machine knows this, and you can't. My system runs faster than a PS5, way faster. And trust me, the ray tracing on mine and path tracing is way better than a PS5 Pro. This is the reason why I left consoles for a reason. I left the console group for a reason, is because, not because I didn't like it, it's because the companies back then made really shoddy products. It turned me off from it. So if you got a console, you love playing it, more power to you. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, back then, when I first started playing on Xbox with the first console, it was a bad experience. Now, if it was a Super Nintendo, that's a different story. I could play on that all day long. Never had a problem. I had more problems with the Xbox than I did the Nintendo. So, just keep that in mind. All right. Bro, I got a 3060 sitting in this PC right here. Well, let me move my face over there so you can see what I'm doing. I got a 3060 in this PC right here. I guarantee PlayStation will not touch it. Guarantee it. The way this is set up and running, this has more than what a PlayStation has. And this has got a 3060. Everybody's telling me about the performance of the 3060. Listen up very carefully. I have one right here. I've clocked it out to its max. is better than you think. Because you might have clocked it your way, but I tried it and I clocked it. And this PC right here has got the 3060, 12 gigabytes. I'm just as happy with this as I am on my 4070. So running low to mid grade, running mid grade. See, remember, 4070 is mid grade with high end memory, because it's got the same memory that the 4090's got. It's got high end memory, but it's mid grade. So I like it. Let me read what else. I think you'll get people playing it with the low RTX 5050s. Yeah, well, or even lower with upscaling. Won't be great, but but I bet you'll be able to play it. True. There you go. Bingo. It won't play as great, but for people that can't afford high to mid grade, they will make it work. Go watch many different videos that are out there that are running lower end. That these people run lower end is they're making it work. Is because they go by what they can afford. There's nothing wrong with it, because I come out of a poorhouse. Okay. I come out of the poorhouse as I was a kid. I was not raised with the silver spoon in my mouth. I worked hard for everything that I do and everything that I get. I got a small apartment that's 10 by 12. That's it. That's all I got. I got a computer. I got another computer. I'm making the best of the smallest situations. I'm working with what I have. And just to tell you that, I'm not ashamed of my lifestyle. I am not. I'm not ashamed of me. You guys shouldn't be ashamed of you neither. Especially if you got a slower system and everybody knocks you down and says, well, I got something better. So what? Go play it. Go have fun with it. Don't rock the boat with the people that can't afford it. That's just like shitting in their own hats. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm just bringing it to you to let you know it's best advice to help people bring themselves up and try to show them the best way to use the hardware for what they got. It's not what they should have. It's what they got to work with. That's the whole idea of my channel. It's not to brag that I got a 5090 that blows up. Really? You think I got something that I want $3,500 to $5,000 just to take going out there, say, hey guys, look, I blew it up. Look, I got little marks on it. Really? That's childish. That's 2-year-old shit. I'm not doing that here. That's not what my channel is about. My channel is about helping the 60% that can't afford shit. And I hope you guys understand that. I'm here to help the little guys. I'm not here to brag if I got a 5090. I'm not here to brag if I got a 5080. I'm not even here to brag if I got a 5070 Ti, which I don't. I don't even have a 5070. And I'm a content creator. You know why I don't have it? You want to know the honest truth why I don't have it? Is because I look at the margin of my 4070 and I'm watching all the FPS numbers go by when I'm running my 4070 and I run the same program as them. You know what happens? I get close to the same FPS they do. You think I'm lying? Go back and watch some of my videos. Go think I'm lying then. Everything is real. Everything is real time, and I ain't making up nothing. Just saying. This is in general, guys, and this is not attacking nobody in the chat. I just want to bring that very clear to you. This is my voice that I'm trying to give to you. Machine knows. Am I wrong, Machine?
Nope.
How many times have me sat going back and forth benchmarking?
Yep.
I mean, do the numbers lie?
Nope.
Machine's not here to lie for me. And I know he ain't gonna lie for me because I don't want him to lie for me. He's gonna tell you the truth.
Yep.
Just like me.
I mean, I ran on a GT 1030 all the way until 2024. So I know what it's like to have to run on. I mean, I had 8 gigabytes of system RAM, a 5500 CPU, and a GT 1030, and I made that work for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran that all the way until it wouldn't run anything anymore.
Yeah. See, but the whole point is this, man. When a new game comes out and they give you the lowest specs in the lowest specs when it comes to a game, they're giving you baseline specs. You know that, right, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
Baseline specs. If you got something bigger than that, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You look at the minimum system requirement. The minimum. You probably still could get away with a 2080 Ti. If they put the minimum of a 3060, you could probably get away with the 2080 Ti or a 2070 or somewhere in between.
Yeah, they'll figure out a way around it.
See, everybody looks at that minimal. See, this is the problem I had with Microsoft for years. They would put the minimal system requirement is 1 gigahertz. 1 gigahertz. Back when they started going up into the gigahertz, they would put it 1 gigahertz. But then they had a maximum cutoff. But you got to understand, now the way hardware is today, as long as your hardware can get 60%, up to 60%, or if you can keep your hardware, when you're benchmarking it and the temperatures and the percentage of usage, if you can keep your CPU right in between 50 and 60%, okay, and you can keep your graphics card at 100%, no matter what game you play, you can play it. Even if it gives you dead nuts 60 FPS all the way around, it locks you right at 60 FPS. You can still play the game. You can play all the way down. You can play all the way down to 48%. 48 FPS, I mean. If you do it right and you take the load off of the CPU and make your GPU work a little bit harder, you can float between 48 and 60% without noticing any stuttering. And the reason why there's stuttering, let's see. Let's boost it all the way up onto Ultra. Let's boost it all the way up onto Quality. Let's boost it all the way up to the hilt and see if it works. For how long? 30 seconds? 60 seconds? Are you doing a 60-second test or are you trying to play a game? That's the whole idea, guys. You're trying to play a game with no stuttering for a long period of time. So you bring your settings down and you balance things. With no matter what graphics card, no matter what CPU, you can balance the two. And when you get a perfect balance between the two, no matter what anybody's going to tell me in the chat, I've been doing this 3 decades. You can't tell me nothing I already know. Okay? Trust me, you can't. Just understand that. I can go, let's say if I got $5,000, I can go out and get me a 5090 and test it. But is that going to change the price of balancing your system? No. Because I can use any piece of hardware. It could be DDR3, DDR2, DDR6, it's 72 pin DIN sticks, all the way down on 286 series. I bet you I could still balance it out, but it's only going to run Windows 95 and Windows 98, maybe. I tried it on 98, it did work. But the whole purpose is this. If you know how to set your system up, you turn off your background task, you turn on the gaming mode on Windows, because it's got a gaming mode if you didn't know about it. Turn that on. You don't need to turn off your... See, when I go to test, I don't turn off my antivirus. I leave everything on. Everything on. Even my secure boot's on. Everything's on. Okay? That's the best test in the world. Turning everything off gives you an absolute nothing test. You want to know how much load between Windows and your games. You want to know where to balance the two. Okay? You turn certain things on, you turn certain things off, and you balance Windows. Now, when you get done doing that, then you go into your game. Then you go in the display settings and balance it. Balance it between your CPU and your GPU. Yes, you can run 1440p. Okay, this is where the chaos comes in. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And also, guys, do me a favor. If you want to help out the channel, hit the like button on the live stream. It would be appreciated. So, I understand where everybody's coming with this, but you guys are going to think that I'm a fool for telling you this. Machine, do you think I'm a fool for saying this?
No. You can say whatever you want to say.
But, everybody thinks that they got to run everything on Ultra.
I run everything on Ultra.
Yeah, because you balance your system.
Yeah, I mean, if for some reason my system, like if I'm getting bad results, I might knock one thing down, or frame generation helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Every now and then, depending on the game.
Right. Okay.
But I like the eye candy too much.
Right.
That's why I spend the money.
Right.
It's my crack cocaine.
So it comes down to the point of like this. Okay. I understand there's some games that you guys know that, hey, it might not run on it. That's fine. Okay. It might not run for you on your system, but the trick is you have to figure out why. See, I got in when I built every one of my computers to run for content creating and gaming. I got a little bit more in depth with the operating system, how to balance everything out in the operating system, how to balance everything out in the graphics card and the CPU. Don't forget, you got the chipsets, you got your USB drivers, you got the whole mother load that you have to worry about. You even got to worry about the latency, how to balance out the latency. I learned how to balance out the latency below 20%. I learned how to take my VRAM, instead of using all 12 gigabytes on my 4070, I learned how to use half that. I don't need to push my settings on my graphics card because I learned to go into the settings of the monitor and balance out the colors better, taking the load off of the GPU. Hear what I just said. Does that make sense to you, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
Why everybody's balancing their colors off of Windows, I'm balancing my colors off of NVIDIA's instead of Windows. NVIDIA is overriding the Windows. So the color presets are done in the NVIDIA app. not on Windows, because once NVIDIA takes it over, it disables it on Windows. Period. Remember, Windows gives you basic drivers, especially with your monitor. Does that make sense now, machine? So, let's see. You can cap the frame rate to help stuttering. You're correct. You can do that too.
Yep.
Cap it at 60 FPS and have a great gameplay.
Yep.
I mean, I know some people running a 2080 Ti. If I was remembering right, the 2080 Ti. They cap their FPS at 60. They're playing Spider-Man. They're playing all these other games. Do they really need to worry about heavy ray tracing games? No. They just play off the rasterization.
Yeah, you're not going to run probably ray tracing on like a 5050 or
no,
even a 5060. It'd have to be low, like shadows at the most.
Yes.
But yeah, you're not going to run path tracing and stuff on those.
No, you're not.
Until neural rendering shows up, then maybe.
Maybe as some people learned what's inside of their monitor and its settings, maybe you can take the load off of your GPU and make it run more efficient. Remember, GPU equals texture rendering. That's its job, texture rendering. Now, your CPU is used for the compute. So when you tie it all together, it becomes as one. But your monitor, on the other hand, is drawing. It's drawing the pixels on there. The signal goes from your monitor or your GPU to your monitor. Then your monitor draws it. It's not like it's back then, years ago, with CRT monitors. It's not like that. Now they got new computer stuff that, you can use. You can have very little signal to your monitor, and the monitor draws it just as fast. This one here, machine, I'm going to tell you, this monitor here, this 4K monitor here, bro, compared to the 1080p I got right over there behind the camera,
yeah,
can't touch it.
You got 12-bit though, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the difference, 8-bit versus 12-bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 12-bit color graphics, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what? 33% more colors?
Yes.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that it just uses a very little signal if you got your monitor already balanced.
Yep. And mine's 10-bit for my 4K.
Right. But once you get the color balanced on your monitor and get it the way you want it to look, all you got to do is take a wallpaper piece, put the image on your PC, tune it to the way you want it to look, and you're going to feel it every time you play a different game. You want it all the same when you're playing any game, not just one game and you tune it. No, you want the same for all the games. So it saves you time and patience of tuning. You can do it for all the games, not just one, all the games. Mine's tuned for all the games, not one. So I can use the same tuning on all the games and still get the same response. That's what I want. That's how I play my games. I mean, it's not rocket science, guys. It's simple. You make your monitor do the work instead of your GPU. You save that for when you're playing hard, intense games that require a lot of GPU. You need to put more of that work onto your monitor, which you can do. So it lightens the load of your GPU. Am I wrong, machine? Tell me when I'm wrong. You guys can tell me I'm wrong. I mean, good. Yeah.
It took me like 6 hours to find a guide for my monitor, but either way, you're going to have to set your monitor up to darkness or lightness that you like, because everybody's eyes are a little bit different. So you might be more like, I don't do really well with bright light, so I like my stuff darker.
Well, PJE Net got it right, man. He just said NVIDIA's NTC, neural texture compression. That would have been that's would have been coming up next. We would have had a piece of that in this discussion too.
That will change everything if it actually is implemented quickly.
It's supposed to go from 8 gigabytes, I think it is. I thought it was 6. I think it's 8 gigabytes down to 512 megabytes.
Yes, I think it's 6 down to that. 6 is what they tested.
I think I wasn't sure if it was 8 or 6, but
either way,
it pulls it down to 512. That's how many megabytes in that little chunk that's just taken away.
Yep.
That would make an 8 gigabyte VRAM graphics card look good. That's why if you get a lower priced 8 gigabyte card,
I
don't know.
See it going to AI. I don't see them doing it, putting it on the gaming stuff.
Not unless they go to the cloud.
That's true.
See, you got to understand, once they push, just like with GeForce, and they push everything to the cloud, and when you get on their service, you're playing on the cloud. Yes, you could play on a potato and play games. But if they do that with your normal PC, what do you think NVIDIA's been working on behind the scenes? Whatever graphics card you're running now, that's the kind of response you're going to get from the cloud. I've noticed that they have different price ranges, I guess, on different type of graphics cards or something. You guys can check into that. I heard something about it that it goes by what kind of graphics card you have. So I don't know if that's true or false, but who knows? So we're still using an RTX 4080. Oh my God. And an FX 8370. I feel for you, my man. I really do. As a backup gaming PC. My friends, until only recently, it's surprising how many games it will still run with a little bit of stuttering. We understand that. But many are still fine. PC I got over here on the floor is a 2nd gen Intel with Windows 10 on it. Can still play games and gets 50 to 60 FPS. I can put my I can put the 3060 in there. I can put the 4070 in there. All I got to do is change the power supply. This type of Dell, I can change out the motherboard. I can change out the power supply. I can change everything out and make it a sleeper. That's what kind of case it is. Just like with my one over here. What was it? E-Machine. Back since what, 2012 or something like that? No, earlier than that. 2009 to 2010, somewhere in there. I could take out the motherboard, the process, the power supply. I can take everything out of it. And I can put a whole brand new motherboard. I can put AM5 in there. I can put AM4 in there. I can put, Intel in there. I can put anything I want in that case. And that case is back from 2010, 2012. What do you think, Machine?
I try not to.
I could even put a CD-ROM in there. But it ain't going to work with... probably could work with UEFI if I get the right drivers for it.
I haven't seen a CD-ROM and a PC in a while.
Yeah, I got about 4 of them on my shelf.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Back with your chisel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Back when you had to make stone, you make stuff out of stone. 10 Commandments and all that.
Oh, I know. It's a Flintstone kind of thing.
Put your feet out to stop.
Mm-hmm. Latency isn't great with game streaming, but I tried in the past on an older PC and it's playable. I do agree. Hey, I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. I am not disagreeing with you whatsoever about that. So, end of the day, I could probably take a 486 if it was allowed by Microsoft, put it on Windows 11, and make it work. But it's the architecture that's set on that processor. It has limitations. That's the bad part. When your hardware exceeds the limitations, that's where it starts to break down. So, that's a little bit of a problem. Because the way Microsoft has did their hardware for years, new operating system, they try to kick off the old. They've done this for years. Windows 95, they kicked off 286, 386. Windows 98, they stuck with 486. That you can get a 386 and a 286 to run on Windows 98. You could. But you're limited on drivers. That's where your limitations was. So as it started going up the stack, so did the operating system. But if you got Linux, the right Linux, you can run it on your older hardware, even with 16 gigabytes of VRAM or 16 gigabytes of system RAM. You can run quite a bit of hardware on Linux, depending on the distro you use. But anyway, so Windows 95 ran okay on 486. Bro, let me tell you, Windows 95 ran on a 286.
Yep. They barely ran on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of system crashing when it first came out. I mean, you would have to take in, about once a week, you would have to take in, reformat the drive and put Windows back on it about every week?
So about once a month for the first year, we got driver updates sent in the mail. So we had a stack of discs stacked up for driver updates.
I remember that.
Send them in the mail back then.
I remember that.
Yep. And for every month for the first year because it was so bad. Yeah, you try to change your screen or something, it'd lock up, and then you couldn't really do anything. You couldn't get back into it. Nothing. It just you have to do a hard reset. I remember cussing at the computer.
PJ just says, thought a 386 was the minimum for Windows 95.
It could be. Well, no.
Well, no. No, it's not. There's different versions of Windows 95. Not just one. They got 3 different versions. They have the Windows 95 16-bit conversion. They have the Windows 95 32-bit conversion. And they have the Windows 95, 16, and 32-bit conversion. So, yeah. Everybody always thought that. But when you're using tech software, it's a little bit different back then. And basically, I got a copy of the tech software. They did use Windows 95 and 16-bit. It was never published like that. Everybody always thought, 386, that's how Windows 95 ran. It's not true. I remember those days because I had to build a lot of PCs back then. So, me and a couple techs, which they had friends, and one of them did work at the time at Microsoft. So, they had access to all software. Don't believe the software wasn't created. It just was never put on Google. Okay? Remember, everything that you Google is not there from back in the day. Unless you were back there yourself before the internet, before anything. That's the only way you're going to find out. Not everything was put on the internet back in the day. Things have been tested that they didn't put on the internet. There's many things that they did. They didn't never put it on the internet. There's many things I've seen and done. They don't put it on the internet. So, I did back then build PC before that with Windows 3.11. Well, I'm going way before that. So, 311 for work groups, super buggy. Yeah, that was the update from Windows 3.1. That I do agree with you. It was buggy. Okay, but they had many different versions of Windows. They even had one that was Microsoft owned it, and it was called Unax, not Unix, Unax, UNAX. Not a lot of people knew that neither, because I vaguely remember Microsoft selling it off and regretting every bit of doing that. But they went forth with Windows 95. Microsoft did. They went forth with Windows 95. With Intel and IBM's help back then, if I remember right. So, does anybody got any questions or concerns about that? New guys in the world, not everything's on Google. Don't believe half of what you read. That doesn't tell you everything that happened behind the scenes. Now, PJ, you being there, you know that's not everything that happened behind the scenes. You know as well as I do. There's more that happened behind the scenes than was put on the internet. So, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I mean, I learned everything I needed to know about this. How to build a PC from scratch, how to do everything from scratch. Even back then, years ago, you can repair your own motherboard. I learned to do that too. I learned how to repair equipment a long time ago. Can't do it because of the peepers. My eyes. Can't do it because of the peepers. So, I gave it up. Now I can build a PC. I can program a PC with no problem. I can go into Windows and do this and do that, do the little modifications to make it run better, more efficient. I bet you can too, Mr. PJ. I know Mr. Machine can. Okay, now here's the kicker. I know Machine knows what I know on most of the issues. He comes to me. His PC runs like mine. His motherboard, he's got the same motherboard as me. He's got the same CPU as me. He's got close to the same system RAM as me. Only thing different, really, is the graphics card. I got a 4070 and he's got a 5070 Ti. We both install updates, every update from NVIDIA. Everybody runs around with their head chopped off. Oh, it's crashing and the world's crashing down. Am I right, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
On their system. Ask yourself the question, why? Why? It's a certain procedure you need to do when you're doing your update. First, you update your operating system. That's the first thing. Make sure you get all your updates put in. Then check and see if there's any chipset driver updates. It's what nobody ever does. It's the reason why they crash and have a whole bunch of problems. Because they keep relying on the basic drivers of Windows instead of going to the motherboard manufacturer or even going to AMD's website if you got AMD, or going to Intel's website and getting the chipset driver updates and installing it on your PC and do the balance. Nobody ever does that. They never think to do that. AMD and Intel do certain updates in the driver sets to make your PC run more efficient. If you don't, here's the thing. If you don't, then Microsoft will going to give you the basic drivers. You're going to get blue screens, and you're going to say to yourself, oh, I get the blue screen. It's NVIDIA's fault, right? Right, Machine? It's NVIDIA's fault. You guys want to hear the chaos? I'm bringing the chaos. For years, I thought to myself, it was the graphics card company's fault. Until good friend of mine, technician for 45 years, told me, looked me dead in the eye, and said like this, you get blue screens. Why? Ask yourself that question. Why? Why do you get blue screens? What part did you miss of the chain? This is a chain, guys. How PCs work. You operate the PC. All drivers are in the chain. If you don't set the chain up right, guess what happens? It crashes because you're missing a piece off of the chain. It's like a long chain, and if you're missing one piece of the chain, you're going to crash. Y'all can tell me I'm crazy and everything else. I'm not. I've been doing this too many years, and I've heard from too many techs that know their shiz. Simple as that. I've been trained very well. And plus the stuff I picked up along the way. So I know I'm going to hear everybody say, well, Jay, you're wrong. Jay, you're wrong. That's the reason why I probably don't get subscribers. Who knows? Is because they think I'm all wrong, and they listen to these crackpots and they think they're all right. And then at the end of the day, when you come back to me and said, oh, I shouldn't have listened to that guy, he was wrong, I'm like, right here, my head's just frustrated. You listened to them and you broke your stuff. Now you come back to me and ask me, how do I fix it? When I told you in the first place how to fix it? but you ran to somebody else to think that they know how to fix it, but they broke it. So you come back to me with a broken system, and how am I supposed to fix it? I don't know what they did. Does that make sense, Machine? I mean, think about it, guys. You want it done the right way. That's what I'm here to tell you. You want to do it your way, that's fine. Your system, you do it your way. Okay? I try to give you advice. The advice I follow for years, and I still follow to today and in the future. I don't have PC problems. I don't have driver problems. I did one time because, yes, Microsoft did make a boo-boo. I found the boo-boo, fixed it, never had it again. So, most of the time it's drivers, can be hardware sometimes. My friend, it can be software all the time. Unless your hardware is physically broke. Unless it's physically broke. That is the only way it becomes a hardware problem. If it's physically broke. Chip is blown up or whatever. Physically broke. That's the only way it can be the hardware. Software-wise, no. It's driver-based. Every time, down to the bottom wire. It's what the kernel of the system sees. If your DLL driver is screwed up for your graphics card and the kernel sees that, guess what? It's going to give you a kernel fault. And then it's going to shut down that DLL file that you need to turn on your graphics card. Boom, pulls it right off from underneath you. Because it has to be a signed driver by Microsoft. So, everything plays hand in hand when you run Windows. So, it's harder than ever for average streaming to build a channel on YouTube these days. Big players can pay to be promoted now. Could be something stupid like memory needs and reseating. Yeah, I do agree. It could be even with your graphics card. It can be as dumb as your graphics card being cockeyed just a little bit and the pin's not, making contact. That's the same thing with your system RAM. It could be with your CPU. It could be the same thing. You didn't put it in there correctly. You know how many times I've seen videos where people turn it in backwards? Especially with Ryzen. When you're looking directly at your computer, standing up, Ryzen you should be able to read the spelling of Ryzen right in front of you. When you stand your computer up and you look at it, the words should be correctly right in front of you. You don't even need to look at gold fingers. It's common sense. Machine, it's common sense, man. I've been watching that for, I don't know how many videos people doing that. Upside down. You turn the words upside down, guess what happens? You just broke the socket. You just broke your chip. I've seen that happen, man. It's crazy. It's totally nuts. Oh, yeah. I was sitting there watching, another person's video. Oh, yeah, I'm not even going to mention it. It's not even worth my time mentioning it. Yeah, people mess up with bent pins too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I have yet to ever in my whole career doing this ever bent one pin. Never. Never broke a socket, never broke a pin. You believe that shit, man? I can't get it, man. I have yet to have that happen. So what do you think about that? machine?
I don't know. Like,
well, see, you're used
take your
to
time with everything.
See, you're used to the LAN grid array socket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you probably never really dealt with pin grid array, have you?
No.
The pins on the socket of the CPU.
No.
Yeah, well, there you go. In this PC, my AM4 system is pin grid array. Now my AM5 system is LAN grid array. Same socket as yours machine.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one, it requires the CPU to have pins on it. So it is what it is. If people are bending pins, they're not taking enough time to put it in the right way. They're trying to put it upside down. I don't know how many times I've seen somebody do that. Don't you think it's a little embarrassing to know where the gold corner goes, and know that you put Ryzen? Look, it's not hard. It's not hard. Right there. No. It's not hard. You can read it. It's not hard to read. It says Ryzen. It's not hard. This is how I put my CPUs in my motherboard. Right here. See where the I/O is at the bottom? Very simple. CPU writing is to where you can read it. Right here. Not upside down. Because if it's upside down, then now it's this way. Upside down. It's common sense, man. I don't get it. I really don't. Okay. Now that we don't get the common sense, so we're going to go ahead and move on to something else. We've already talked a little bit about GTA 6. We talked a little bit about the motherboards, right? We talked about Grand Theft Auto GTA 6 again. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on. We're going to talk about something that been leaked, and it's on videocards.com. You guys can go look it up. So we are here now at videocards.com. They got the new AMD Ryzen Pro 9000. Expands with 3D V-Cache SKU. Let's see what they got cooking. Right here. Let's see if we can. No, that's not good. We'll leave it light. We will try to. No, too much zoom. That should be good enough. Okay. So look what they got cooking, guys. And it's on videocards.com. The Ryzen, the first one we're going to talk about is the Ryzen 9965. 9965 X3D. This is a Pro Series CPU. X16 Zen 5. That's the amount of CPU cores. It's 16 core, 32 thread. The clocks are 5.5 gigahertz with 128 megs of L3. See, it says L3 plus 3D V-Cache. Total. I thought L3 was 3D V-Cache. No, it's not. But in their books, it's not. 170 watt TDP. Okay, Ryzen 9 Pro 9965. That doesn't look like an X series. That doesn't look like that just looks like a non-X series. 16 core, 32 thread, 5.5 gigahertz, 64 megabytes of L3 cache, 170 watts. Ryzen 7 Pro 9955 non-X. 12 core, 24 threads, 5.4 gigahertz, 64 megs of L cache, 120 watt TDP. Now they're not sure because they didn't highlight the Pro 9945. So they're not sure about it as of yet. That's why it's in the dark, not the yellow. So Ryzen 7 Pro 9755 X3D. Me and Machine's got the 9700X. So this is 8 core, 16 thread, 5.2 gigahertz boost clock, max clock, boost game clock, whatever. 32 megabytes of L3, 120 watt TDP. So this can run up to 165 watts if you wanted to overclock it. Ours can run to, ours is 9700X and clock out at, how much did yours clock out at, Machine? Max.
I don't remember.
Wasn't it 161?
I mean, it goes like when I'm downloading shaders.
Yeah.
I get to like 155 watts.
I thought I pushed mine to about 100.
I mean, it might push more, but mine's motherboard controlled. So.
Right, I had mine. I think I had mine up to like 161 or something like that.
It's possible. Yeah, it might not max it out with the motherboard control.
Well, that was pushing it at trying to push it at 5.7 gigahertz.
Yeah, mine doesn't go that high. Mine goes up to 5.6.
Yeah. Single core, it can do 5.7. Multi-core does 5.6.
Yeah, and I think that's why it stops there.
Right.
During gaming, it's single core.
So, just to give you an idea what the 9700X is doing compared to the 9755. So basically, said an end of the day, you can always tack on in the motherboard BIOS 200 megahertz and make it 5.6. But it's only going to run at 5.5 single core. Okay, 97, the Ryzen 7 Pro 9745, I wouldn't worry about because they got it, not highlighted. So moving on, the Ryzen 5 Pro 9655, 6 core, 12 thread, still 5.4 gigahertz, 32 megs of L cache, and 120 watt TDP. Difference is 2 cores. So the 9755 and the 9655, 2 core difference. If you push it right and you push them both at the same time with the same, balance without scorching it, they probably run about the same. What do you think, Machine?
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be a big upgrade difference.
No, there's not going to be much difference.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just power.
Yeah.
GDP.
PJ says, my best friend bent a pin many years ago with 1055T. Ooh. Processor when it was new. He was lucky and managed to bend them back. As long as you get a safety pin and the right pair of needle tweezers that are very thin, yeah, you can bend it back. But you got to be careful pulling it in and out of the socket. That's where the problem is. Once you bend it back the first time and you put it into the socket, leave it there. That's my advice to you. Leave it in the socket, because you pull it back out and you try to push it back in, 9 out of 10 chances you can rebend the pin because of that break point that you bent the pin the first time. You can bend it back the same way again because it's got a weak point.
And the breaks off, we're done.
Yes, sir. I'm not late. Dakota says, hey, Dakota, good to see you, brother. Dakota, you need to tell us what's going on with your Intel 270K Plus. How you're getting along with that. If you got it built, what's going on with that, brother? We want to know the chaos. Tell us about it.
I think he's still waiting on the motherboard.
Oh, well.
We'll find out, though.
Heard NVIDIA's next gen are going to release a processor to complete with the Ryzen 3D CPUs, which are currently best in frame rates. Oh, you're talking about the Spark? The NVIDIA Spark box? Yeah, we heard something about it. I don't have hopes for it, trust me. It's about the same thing as the Copilot plus PCs that Microsoft tried to push out. Qualcomm, Snapdragon didn't seem really enthused me. I'm really enthused with hardware, but I wasn't enthused with that. So, especially trying to use ARM processor on Microsoft Windows. They had many years to have that scenario already ready to go. Many years. How many years? They still don't get it. So, Ryzen 9 9950X 3D2 is superior from that chart, but uses 200 watts. Oh, yeah, and also it's superior too when it shuts half of the CPU off, doesn't it? And you're only really running off of 6 to 8 cores. You got to put a massive load on that system RAM in order to get that many cores to actually move, to actually work. Okay. And for time, Microsoft, and nobody noticed this, but for a time, for about 2 years, Microsoft in the scheduling on the 8-core CPUs, the 8-core 16-thread CPUs, they put in the scheduler cutting 2 of the cores off, putting them to sleep. If you're doing a light task, they put half of your CPU to sleep. You only need 4 cores. So are you getting the best of your CPU? No. Will Microsoft ever fix the scheduling? No. Why would they fix the scheduling when they're making so much money not to fix the scheduling? They had over 40 years to perfect that. 40 years. Actually, longer than that. But they never perfected it. Do you believe that, machine?
No. Well, Intel doesn't surprise me, really.
Never perfected nothing. This is the reason why now they're bending over backwards, kissing everybody's booty, trying to fix the mistakes they screwed up ever since Windows 98. Microsoft's focus was on nothing but the apps since Windows 98, and they said it in person. And if you all know about Windows 98, and you heard Microsoft and you listened to what they said back years ago, you would know they said this. They're working on improving the apps. Windows 95, they didn't care. Had nothing to do with it. Windows 95 it was only basically based upon business. It wasn't supposed to be based upon gaming. Windows 98, then they started flying in the little stuff that they had in Microsoft with the little games that they created. That started your gaming era. But really, come on, guys. We all know the truth. Did you know that, Machine?
No.
See, there's not a lot of people that know that. So, yeah, I know. I hear power saving. What are you going to? You can't save anything. Your PC ingests wattage. Your CPU and your GPU puts out wattage and heat. Nothing you can do to control it until you make to where each pin doesn't have a volt and a quarter going to every transistor you got. And that's what they do is they're taking a watt and a quarter and putting that voltage to each CPU, trying to get a total combined wattage, which comes out in heat. When they start running the CPU in millivolts on each pin, that's the only time you're going to see the heat back off. I undervolt my CPU because I can get it down to and keep it balanced at 1.27 volts. 1.27 volts for each pin. So, the chaos continues. It's all Windows 98 was a joke. The blue screen of death and game. Yeah, but did you see Windows 98 second edition? They did improve on some things in second edition. The first edition sucked. I can agree with you there. Second edition was a little bit better. Not much, but it was something. See, back then, Windows 98 second edition was better than nothing. Okay? Was better than nothing at that point. So reasonably stable for home until Windows 2000. Mm-hmm. Because it was based on NT. Yeah. Stable for server usage before that. I do agree with that 100%. Back then they put more into the NT version than anything. But then there was you have to refresh my memory on this. They introduced the NT version to, oh God, I can't even fucking remember.
I was using that in college in 2000.
No, when did they introduce the NT version to Windows? Not as server, not as the server, not as the server edition.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my God, I can't remember. It was after Windows 2000 NT. God damn. My mind is just boggled right now. I'll remember it. It'll take me a little time. I'll remember it. Oh, guys, why didn't you guys tell me? I was sitting there looking on the. Jeez. All right. Sorry about that. It didn't make sense. I was on the other one. You know, I'm sitting there talking with you guys, so I had to move it to the right one. Windows 98 a joke. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that, but 95, 98 was really terrible. Even Windows XP, Windows Me, you know, Windows Me, it sucked up a lot of system RAM. I mean, it was a bloodsucker on system RAM.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I know, right? I start up my Windows and I'm already using 13 gigabytes. When I start my PC up, I'm using 13 gigabytes of system RAM just on startup. Right now, I'm using with the LiveStream, I am using 15 gigabytes, 15 and a half gigabytes. And I thought Microsoft was supposed to be fixing this crap. Obviously not. Well, see, they tell you they want you to have low latency, but what they don't tell you is they take almost one half of your drive and put it to sleep. Your system RAM, they take one half of it and they put it into sleep mode because they use that for a little bit of storage. Now the problem is the storage they're using it for is like for, like an L cache effect. That's what they're putting to sleep. So they're using way too much system RAM. Way too much. I'm about to flush it out anyway. So let's see. What else you guys talking about? They say that today's games need compute. Old games were fine with texture rendering only. You're correct. You're correct. When you were playing your games, there's some people that had what 16 kilobytes way back then. 16 kilobytes of RAM for your GPU. Those are back in the day, huh, machine?
Yeah.
Every one of those big chips that they had in there, those little 16-pin chips, was how many kilobytes? I think they were
Not sure.
They were 1 kilobyte each one. And you needed 16 of them to make 16 kilobytes. Something like that. Boy, many years ago. But that's how it is, guys. I mean, if everybody's crying about the amount of system RAM you use, I'm not crying about it. Truthfully, some people do. So using 16 gigabytes of VRAM is like when I was using 16 kilobytes back in the 80s. Same reference. Does that sound about right, machine?
Yeah.
It's about the same reference. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if you look at it at the end of the day, the performance, it's about the same. Performance doesn't change. The specs change, but the performance doesn't change. And that's what I've been trying to tell everybody for years. The specs don't. The specs change, but the performance doesn't. Look at it logically. You'll see it. Look at it very carefully. You'll see the logic in it. The specs will change, but the output never does. It really doesn't. If you average it in a big timeline and divide it down to one number, it doesn't change. It's the same amount. It's the same level. They have never given us above and beyond levels. Not yet. So, some games don't look much better than a game from 10 years ago. True. But they demand huge system requirements in comparison. They're not optimizing like they used to. I'm going to be honest with you. They've never optimized in the first place. Before the internet, they had to. And that was on the CDs that you can get from Walmart. They had to optimize it. Because there's no other way that the game makers could actually, give you an update. There's no actual way before the internet. So they optimized the game before anything. Yes, the games were already optimized. And you're right. They lost that love, those developers, because if there was no internet still, they would optimize to this day if there was no internet. That means they have no other choice but to make that game look good and run more efficient with no problems, no hang-ups, nada. But now, the internet's all over the place. Do you think they became lazy, Machine? Nah, sounds like cow. Nah.
There's no way.
There's no way.
No, it's impossible.
I think they've lost their way. And why I think they've lost their way is because they need to wake up. They need to wake up. If you don't work hard at something, the returns are minimal. If you work less hard, see, they're using the philosophy, don't work hard, work smart. Well, did that philosophy get you any more money than it did yesterday? No. I mean, it didn't get you any further than yesterday. See, I'm working hard in making my videos. They're gaining traction. Why? Because people are interested. Am I wrong, Machine?
Nope.
People are interested in my videos. Why? Must be interesting. If you weren't here on the live stream, is because you're missing out on everything. You're missing out on what? Because I talk slow? Is that what it is? Well, I have to, in order to talk faster and more energetic so you guys like me more. I mean, I have to take pills to speed my mentality up. Just so that way you guys can keep up with me. Maybe because I don't jump into the camera like everybody else. Maybe that's what it is. You think? I tried.
Try that one time.
Huh?
You should jump into the camera one time.
I just did. Did I get any new subscribers? I mean, I got almost 1,000 subscribers. All I need is 23 to make 1,000 subscribers.
I know. Almost there.
I've been busting my hump for almost 4 years trying to get the real people, the real subscribers for the channel.
Yeah, real people, no botting.
No bots. I'm not buying bots. It does not work on my channel. That is the rules of YouTube. No bots, period. How many of those channels you think how they got big real quick? You think is because they had subscribers? No, they didn't do it the hard way like me. I'm doing it the hard way because I'm doing it the right way.
People don't. Some of the channels got a heads up because they started in the very beginning when there was nobody really out there. So that's how they got their viewers.
Yeah, I know. From 2012 to 2013, they got nothing but bots. That's how they were able to blow up their channel to 1 million viewers. Everybody's seen it. Oh, he's got 1 million viewers. He must be really good. You guys got sucked into that bullshit. That because they got 1 million they got 1 million subscribers, that they're actually really that good. And then you just got sucked into the drama. And then when you come to my channel and you just barely stay on and you just pop off and go to somebody else's channel, you don't really hear me. You're not listening to me. You're not thinking that what I got to say is interesting. But if you stick around for the ride and follow along, maybe you will see the difference. Maybe if you give it a chance, maybe you'll see that, I'm not as bad as you think. Machine will tell you. What's my rule, man?
Test.
That's one of the rules. Here's another one. I always follow it. You're never alone on JJPB, JJ's PC builds. You are never alone. Never. There's always somebody here that will help you. You're never alone. Am I wrong, Machine?
Yeah, you go to Discord. No, yep.
You'll never be alone on my channel.
Yep.
Period. So, as much as everybody can say that my channel's small and it's not growing, and did I ask anybody for money? No.
Nope.
Did I say hit the what button? What do they call it?
Super chat?
Yes. Did I tell anybody to hit that super chat tonight? Help out the channel. Hit that super chat. Hit that super chat. Help out the channel. Come on, guys. There's got to be a good comment you want to put out there. Hit that super chat. Am I bugging you about it? Through the whole video. I didn't do that, did I, Machine?
None of the videos you do that on.
No. I mean,
have you ever said, I'm not answering your question unless you put a super chat in? You never ever say that.
No, I don't even say that at all.
Nope.
I mean, I have that much respect for my community.
Yep.
Other than bleeding them dry and they can't afford things, I'm not going to do that to my community.
Nope.
That's not me. All I say is like this. If the community wants to help the channel, you can always donate on the super chat. Or whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Nope. Doesn't matter. I don't bug nobody about this. I make my videos. I submit it to you guys, the public. I try to do it every day. Some days I can't. And that comes up to my spinal surgery. That's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys really quick about is I got a call from my doctor today. I was approved to get the shots for my spine. So videos might be dicey a little bit here and there. Just bear with me. We'll get through it. This is going to be a couple months that it's going to be dicey a little bit. But after that, everything should be fine. You know that machine? Everything should be fine after that.
And I'll put updates on Discord if something happens. So
yeah, because
that way people aren't in that. Yeah.
For every one of those shots that they got to do into my spine, they have to put me under anesthesia. It sucks. So, just an update to everybody so they know if I don't put out a video that day, that's why. It's going to go on for a couple months. As soon as I get everything set in stone after Friday, we'll see what happens. So.
Hey, Jay, I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead, man.
Hey, so I did make a comment in one of his last videos, but if you didn't watch it, just to let you know what kind of guy Jay is, him and I spent 6 hours on the phone getting through my BIOS when I had my 7700X system. At that time, I was really scared, learning how to use my BIOS and all that. And he took the time, step by step, stayed up all night to do that. This is the type of guy he is. I've never met Jay in person. We've only talked on the phone. But this is the type of guy he is. And he'll do something similar to, I mean, if you guys were on and you're having a hard time, I mean, he'll get on Discord chat and he'll walk you through it. I mean, just to get an idea of the type of guy Jay really is. So, in everything he's ever helped me with has drastically improved the performance of my PC. And he's never let me wrong. And he always does the safe route. It takes a little bit longer, but he makes sure that nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
So it's always the safe route. Don't take chances. Do everything step by step.
All right.
So this is why he gets a little long-winded sometimes when he's talking about things in detail.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the detail matters. Mm-hmm. So just a heads up for those that don't know him very well. That man's been here for me every time I've needed him.
Awesome. Is that what you got to say?
Yep, that's it.
I figured I'd throw that in there for my 2 cents. Like, he's right. I mean, you guys have to understand, I'm not having nobody else do my stuff. I'm doing my channel on my own. When it's coming to content creating, I don't have an editor. I don't have anybody else but myself. Machine gets on here with me. He enjoys it. If he tells me he doesn't want to be on here, I'm fine with it. He tells me he wants to be on here, I'm fine with it. You know, this gives him a better look at how hardware is running. This gives him the idea of hashing things out with me to get his PC to become better. We bring this to you guys to show you it's real. Not the phony crap. Not the where they tell you, oh, this is the oh. Okay. Oh, like this, I'm going to use this as an example. This is your RAM. You unplug it and you put it back in. What's the first thing they don't tell you? Which way is the hoop? You got to hear the click. What's the first thing you say wrong when you tell everybody? You got to hear that click. If that hoop is in the wrong position of your RAM, let me take it out. If that hoop, see that little hoop right there? If that's in the wrong goddamn position, guess what's going to happen? You're going to break the pins, the pins on your RAM. So if you don't know how to do it, you very gently, put it in there. Match up the hoop. There's a little hoop right here. Once you match the hoop with the PCIe slot, the click is wonderful. So, Machine, did everybody get that?
I think so.
Yeah, I hope so. I really wish they would show people that. It's where the hoop lines up with the slot. Did I say? I said PCIe slot. My bad. The RAM slot. I got to correct myself on that. The RAM slot.
It won't fit in the PCIe slot anyway.
Yeah, I know. My bad. I just caught it, so I'm telling you guys I caught it. Look, if I make a mistake, and Machine will tell you, if I make a mistake, you guys are going to see it. I have nothing to hide. I don't edit my videos. When I record them, the only thing I put is the title at the beginning, my opening, and my ending. Everything in between is unedited. Real time. You get whatever I done right or wrong right there. I don't have nothing to hide. You go to these other reviewers, they have an editor, and guess what? They take all the stuff that they don't show that they do. Does that make sense, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
They take out the bad stuff just to leave the good stuff. So they got a 2-hour video that they crunched down to 12 minutes. Get that? They got a 2-hour video that they crunched down to 12 minutes. They got some videos that took a whole week, crunched down to 12 minutes. But my videos, if I do a 7-minute video, it's 7 minutes. That means from beginning to end is 7 minutes. If I do a 12-minute video, it's 12 minutes. Nothing crunched down, nothing cut. Real deal. If it's a 20-minute video, like I just did, make sure you all are watching my videos too, because we're getting so close to that milestone, getting to the next milestone. And, things start to happen when we start working on it. There's more stuff that I'm working on in the background, guys. We need 23 subscribers. Go
22
get
now.
22. Well, we got 22 subscribers we need. Go get 22 of your friends and tell them to subscribe tonight. Tonight. Get me to 1,000. And tell all your friends and neighbors to watch my videos from beginning to end for a whole year. From today, going back to 1 year. Which today is the 5/13/2026. Going all the way back to 5/13/2025. Watch from beginning to end. Watch all those videos. Pump up the amount of watch hours. I need 500 to go. I did have 4,500. But then people started to stop watching the videos. And I was sitting there thinking, why? So I changed my style a little bit. Just to first say, I changed a little bit of my style to get you guys to come in and enjoy the videos more. And hopefully it's working. You think it's working, Machine?
Yeah, should be.
I just need help. Get me to that next level. I'm sure everybody's got friends out there, and tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends. For every friend you tell them to go tell 5 more. And tell those friends to go tell 5 more. So to subscribe to my channel. So by the time you get done telling all your friends, I'll be up to 500,000 subscribers in no time. You want to help me like that? And have everybody watch my videos from beginning to end? Y'all think I'm crazy? Maybe I am crazy. You think I'm crazy, Machine?
You are crazy.
I'm nuts. I'm totally freaking nuts, man. I do 1 live stream a week because Machine, that's his day off, and we both rock here once a week. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time. Eastern Standard Time is what? 3 hours above it. So if I put it 6, it's at 9. Okay. And Machine's time, he's Mountain Time, so that'll be 8. Central. Well, Central Mountain's about almost the same shit. So, you guys get the gist. You guys know what's rocking. You want to help the channel? You want to help me grow this channel? Help me get subscribers. That's all I'm at. I'm not asking anybody for money. I need subscribers and I need watch hours. That's all I need. It's free. I'm not asking you to join the membership, which I do have, but I'm not asking you to join the membership. I'm just asking you to subscribe. Subscribe is free. Joining the membership is another thing. When the channel grows, Machine knows this, when the channel grows and it gets bigger, then yeah, I'll say, hey, you guys want to hit the join button? You want to pay, what's the lowest one I got? Is $3 a month?
Yeah, something like that.
And what's the largest one I got, Machine?
I don't remember. 10?
10, maybe?
Yeah.
That's just to help support the channel. Okay, when I start to see the membership for YouTube to grow, it starts growing, I'll start throwing more videos out there. I got some videos in the membership now, but I'll start adding more when we start getting more people. So, some huge YouTubers won't even read out the super chats, and still people will send them. You know, the funny thing is, I read everybody's. I read them out. So even if you send a super chat or not, I still read it. Everybody that, put anything on here tonight, I've already read. I've read most of them out. I know I missed a couple, but I'm only human. I can only read as much as people put on there. You know what I'm saying? So, shame you didn't know. No. Shame you didn't know a bigger YouTuber to promote you. Come away to get subbed. Yeah, I understand that, but you want my honest truth? Seriously? I want to see if I can do it and be a true YouTuber other than begging for other people's subscribers. I want the subscribers that come here. The reason why they are here is because they like being here. It's not because I'm begging people for them. I want them to come here and feel comfortable. Am I wrong, Machine?
Nope.
I want people to feel comfortable here. I don't want people to feel that they got to jump channel to channel because they're not getting the right information. I'm not going to let that happen. If I get the information, I put it out there and I talk to you guys about it. It's like basically we're talking one-on-one. So, I'm telling you, I want to earn my subscribers. I want to earn my way. I don't want to go with and deal with other content creators and making them feel like I'm sucking them dry of their subscribers. I want the subscribers that they see my videos to come this way. I want to earn that. I want to earn their trust. I don't want to beat around the bush and give them bullshit. Not happening. I want to earn that trust. That's me. Remember, I'm going to tell you, Straight up. I worked in hospitality all my life. So I know what it means by earning somebody's trust. That's how you earn loyalty. That's how you earn that trust. That's how you get people to trust you and not mislead them. Because that's the problem in this world, is it's a bunch of bullshit and misinformation. I'm gonna tell you, misinformation, you can check that at the door. Seriously, check that misinformation at the door. You come to this channel, it ain't happening. I keep it real, and I've always done that. And I told everybody, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100, and I'm not gonna budge any other way. Simple as that. They have to have heard about you first. Well, if they want to hear about me, they can click on my video. I have over 1,000 plus videos. They want to hear about me, they're going to want to be here. I don't want people to think they got to be here because I'm coattailing off of some other reviewer. I don't want that. I don't want people to feel that I'm coattailing off of some other reviewer. That's what they do. I'm not like that. I don't coattail off of any reviewer. I do my own game. I stay in my own lane. That's the way I've learned to do things for years. Stay in your lane. Do your thing. Work until your fingers fall apart. Work until your body breaks. That's how I work. I am a workhorse. And that's what I believe in. I don't want to be off of somebody's coattail, my friend. Machine knows this, and he can tell you, I don't play off of other people's coattails. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong, man?
No.
I mean,
no, your own stuff, and
yeah,
your own person. Yep.
I am my own person. I am a leader, not a follower. I have been a leader for years. I don't follow anybody. The reason why? Because I learned to master my craft. Does that sound good, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
And hear me out. I learned to master my craft. And if I can't, then I'm not going to do the craft and show everybody until I've mastered it. That's the whole idea. You got to master things. I've mastered many of things over the years. I've mastered auto mechanics, woodworking, let's see, cooking, being a chef. I did that all my life. Office work. I mean, and now YouTube creating, building PCs. I started this out as a hobby, guys. I started this out as a hobby. But the reason why I started my YouTube channel in the first place back almost 4 years ago is because all the misinformation, all of it, I got tired of it. So then, yes, I was scared the first time I put my face out there because I didn't know how to content create. I didn't know how to do anything. I don't know how to, put myself on the camera and store the videos and everything else. I knew nothing about it. I had to do that on my own. I had to work for it. I had to learn it. And nobody sees me as me being me. That's the problem. You guys don't see me as me being me. I'm trying to be me. I'm not playing games with people. I am me. I am real. I am a real person. I'm going to keep it real. I told you I'm going to keep it 100%. Don't matter what, even if you're on Discord and you talk on the live chat with us, still, I'm going to keep it all 100. Don't matter if it's YouTube or whatever. Machine will tell you, I don't change anything about me. I'm the real deal. Am I wrong, Machine?
Nope.
You know how many times I've heard people tell me I'm the real deal? How many times? You want to guess?
No.
Hundreds of times.
Yeah, lots.
Lots. And that's even working in the restaurant industry. That's even working, building cars and everything else. You know, doing things I loved over the years. Building PCs. Have my own little business. Yeah. I had my own little side hustle. Building PCs, repairing motherboards, you know, repairing graphics cards and all that. Yeah, I had my own little hustle. But my eyes got bad and I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to give it up. But I could still build a PC. But I just can't, you know, take the components off the boards anymore. Cheers. You got anything you want to add, Machine?
Nope.
I'm gonna make this my final little summation to you guys, because we've been out here a couple hours. I'm gonna wind it down right now. I put every bit of my heart and soul into my videos. My heart and soul. No matter how I do it, it's always going to be a piece of me in every video. Every bit of it. I keep it real. I'm not a phony. I'm not a fake. Just to say that. But if you want to subscribe to the channel, that's up to you. But I would appreciate if you would. I really would. Because I really want to get more subscribers. And I do appreciate all the people that have subscribed to the channel. And welcome to JJPB family, the community. We are our own community here. We keep it real here. Not that bogus BS that you might go on to somebody else's channel, see like 1,000 comments, and nobody answers you. Really? PJ, welcome to the community, my friend. Yes, and thank you for subbing. Thanks for the stream. I will be back whenever I'm around from the UK. Well, welcome from California, and Machine's over there in Mr. Kentucky. Right, Machine?
Yep. Yep.
And y'all don't forget to hit the like button on these live streams. You could help us out by that, pushes the videos out. I noticed YouTube is starting to budge a little bit and starting to push the videos out a little bit. But we need to get them to push the videos out completely, like 1 year's worth, to get everybody on the real end. So, yeah. Machine, you got anything you want to say before we go?
Nope.
You don't want to tell everybody goodbye? And thank you or anything?
Well, I appreciate everybody that's here and the new sub. That's what we need.
Yep, it's what we need. And I do appreciate all the people that subbed tonight. We do appreciate you, of course. And Mr. PJ, welcome. Like I said, again, welcome to the community. And guys, here it is. I said my piece. I want everybody to understand I keep it 100 here. So it is what it is. Okay, I'm not a fake. I'm not a phony. I keep it real. When I build a PC, you guys will know when I build a PC. When the parts go down in price, you guys know that I'm going to be picking up some parts. which it's going to be sooner or later. There are already talks about it, but that's for another time. So, all in all, just hit the subscribe button. Keep me working. How about that, machine?
Yep.
Hit the subscribe button. Keep me working. Hit the like button. Keep YouTube working. Make sure you got the, what do you call that bell?
Notification.
There you go. Keep the notification bell on. You'll keep machine busy.
Yep.
So, but anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it an evening right here. And I do appreciate y'all. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for being here tonight. And on the instant replay, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, just like you all did here tonight. Subscribe, like, notification. But, oh, Mr. DV, good to see you, my friend. But we're going to jump out of here. Oh, there, Dare D. Good to see you. Good to see you. Night, night, always. Subscribe, like, notification. We'll see you guys in the next one. Trust me, we will. We got a lot of videos to go. So stay tuned. Make sure your bell is ding, 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 ding. And if not, I don't know what to tell you. We'll catch you later, guys. Peace out.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.